This program contains dramatic reenactments and material that may be disturbing to some audience members. Viewer discretion is advised.
When things spiral out of control at Vidcon.
If you Google my name on YouTube, you get shitheads like this dude.
A group of friends' dream trip to America becomes one man's nightmare.
He taught you attention, you're garbage human.
I was stunned. I didn't know what to do.
She came out with, some big harasser of mine is in the audience who was talking about Sargon.
What he thought was an innocent viewing of a Vidcon panel. The last thing I remember, I was just sitting in a chair. Became a fight for survival. The room started spinning. Everything went dark. I knew if we didn't get Sargon out of there soon, he'd be dead. Sargon of Akkad and many others in the anti-SJW and skeptic community met up on a beautiful sunny morning in Anaheim, California. I was looking forward to this trip for a long time. I've never been to Vidcon before, and the weather conditions were absolutely perfect. It was a beautiful, bright, sunny day, not a cloud in the sky. I just couldn't wait to talk to everybody. Sargon, how's it going? Hey, Sargon. It was just a really positive atmosphere. We heard that Anita Sarkeesian was doing a panel on harassment. Computing Forever came up with a great idea. Oh, it was no big deal, really. I just wanted Anita to know that we could sit down and listen to opposing point of views. And maybe, somewhere down the road, we might be able to start a dialogue. After hanging out with everybody for a few hours, we decided to go back to our hotel rooms and get some rest before the panel started. You guys go ahead. I have to go to the bank. Apparently, America doesn't accept potatoes as a currency. Out of all the crazy things I've heard. After getting some well-needed rest in their hotel rooms and exchanging their potatoes for money, they meet in front of the entrance to the panel. Honestly, everybody was in a good mood. I mean, we sat outside and shot the shit a little bit before we went into the panel. It didn't seem like anything was gonna happen. Oh boy, was I ever wrong. We met up early to make sure that we got good seats. We got to sit right in the front. Oh yeah, we got great seats. I gotta sit right in the middle. When Anita and the rest of the panel come out, it does not take her long to realize who is sitting in the front row. And then, in a blink of an eye, all hell breaks loose. It's very hard for me to talk about. When she called me a shithead, I could tell that something was wrong. I started to black out. And then when she called me a garbage human, that's when everything just started to spin. The last thing I remember, I was sitting in a chair. By the time I come to, I'm in hospital. I had no idea what happened or what was going on at the time. He was in some of the worst shape I've ever seen. I remember telling the nurses I don't think this guy's gonna make it. This is the worst stroke I've ever seen caused by I.O. A stroke by I.O., or strokio, is a stroke caused by an irony overload. When Anita called Sargon a shithead and a garbage person while sitting on a panel about harassment, it was simply too much irony, and Sargon stroked out. Fortunately, it wasn't all bad that came out of Vidcon. When Sargon was finally released from hospital, he arranged a meeting with the UN. He wanted to make sure that this would never happen to anybody again. It's not about the harassment, it's about the day-to-day grind of having to endure irony so thick and powerful, it'll give you a stroke. Sargon had convinced the UN. The vote was unanimous. They agreed that Anita Sarkeesian would be shot into space. She was too much of a walking contradiction. It's absolutely a miracle that I'm still here today.